You know, knowing your history and your background, and I know technically speaking, your excellence, and that's what you're so known for.
Thank you.
And I'm just curious as to the instrument itself and how that plays into what feeds your soul.
So it's a tool. It's a tool for expression. I mean, when I was a kid, I was like, oh, this is fucking great. This is great. And it was out of reach. I went to see Deep Purple, was my first gig in London, and I saw Richie Blackmore playing this Strat, and I was like, fuck, I want to do that. It was so expressive. And that was the thing. I didn't really understand what expression was, and then later on, writing songs and other stuff as well. You know, I was really into Motown, funk, punk music. I'm from London, so you had everything that come through. I was like, fuck, this is and obviously rock stuff and guitars. I think Jimi Hendrix was God to me. It was like, you know, just a whole different thing, you know. So that's what done it. And luckily, I'm in a band where we all feel that way. It's the brings tears to your eyes. It kind of, but you have to have all. It's not just being a musician. I always say that you can be a musician, a performer, or an artist. It's very rare you're all three. Prince was obviously all three. Cher is a performer, and there's lots of musicians, and they're just musicians. They don't quite get that you can't always have all three of them. So we work at it. We consider ourselves an artist, our band, and our producer, who's not with it, is not recording us anymore. But Mutt Lang, he was taught us everything about singing, what sounds cool, how you blend it, and all of that stuff. So that was important. It's still meant to make you feel a certain way. You know? Mum got me a black Fender Strat with a maple neck because Richie Blackmore played one, and I had this girlfriend at the time, really gorgeous, and Richie Blackmore was at the Marquee Club, and he's like fawning over my girlfriend, and she goes, oh, you should go on stage with me. He goes, okay. So he comes on stage, plays my Strat, which is awesome, and then at the same Strat, I meet Eddie Van Halen in 1980, I think, their first headline tour, and I said, fuck, I've got this Strat, it's great, but I don't want to cut any holes in it. He said, you won't be happy with that guitar until you change that pickup. So I thought, Eddie Van Halen told me this, so I changed it. So it's the main guitar on a stereo. So every song you hear, Animal, Pour Some Sugar on Me, all of that stuff, it's that guitar. So it's a Fender with a DiMarzio in it, because Eddie Van Halen told me. And all of that, and I still got the guitar. So that's why I started the Fender thing. And while I'd used an Ibanez Destroyer, which is awesome, that thing, I used that on the Pyromania album. We were writing Hysteria, and Mutt Lang got a Charvel. And I was like, fuck, I couldn't put it down. Yeah, so we tried to do this thing, and Grover would go, how about this? And I came down, it was the old factory, it wasn't here. San Dimas was originally where so these are all pencil marks, and there was another one, we had drawings and all of this stuff, and we developed, so to see this one finished, the Love Bites video, that was the first active well, this is the first prototype, but that one actually worked, and that was in our video. So that's how I got into the Jackson stuff.
What are the characteristics that?
Me personally, I like fire in guitars. You know, I've just had 3 Telecasters made for me with the fattest neck that Jackson or Fender have ever made, and everyone laughs at me here. They go, well, you can't play this. And because of the extra wood, the tone and everything, it's my favorite guitar. One of them, the blue one, I've got 3 of them. And the other one's on tour, it's got a whammy bar on it and all that stuff, and it's crazy. So Jackson's make my guitar tone dream come true. I go, well, I really like this, I'd like to do this, and before you know it, you know, you're actually holding it. So that's really it. And it's been such a long-standing relationship that everyone gets exactly what. I'll come in and I'll go, the tuning pegs, I prefer these ones. I've got a guitar just like that. On tour, it's got a reverse headstock, and there was something about it I didn't quite like. And I said, well, let's try the tuning pegs. So the last time I was here, which was a few months ago, we changed out the pegs from black ones to these nickel ones, and threw them in a they've got this machine here that crunches everything up and fucks everything up. Put it on it, and it made a difference in sound. So little things like that. Stradivarius violin, for example, or any old guitars. I've got some of my Jacksons are like 40 years old. What happens? The moisture dries out, and it leaves little caves, like capillaries, inside the wood. I'm sure this one's got it as well. They dry out like old violins, old pianos, old guitars, acoustics. That's what happens. That process kind of emulates that. It kind of gets rid of the moisture, and therefore there's more vibration. So you get more sustain, you get a sweeter sound. So that's really it.